Hello everybody and welcome to this special video where I give some kudos and publicity to some of my favourite friends that I have made during my full-time career playing Football Manager on YouTube. It's been about 4 weeks since the beta came out and about 2 weeks since the full release occurred, so I want to make this Sunday afternoon a memorable one to give the people that I hope to see succeed on YouTube throughout this calendar year and hopefully into the future as well. Perhaps most of the people you know already, but if there are a few that come up that you haven't seen before, then perhaps you could give them a chance. I don't expect miracles since I'm of course out of full-time viewing as well as full-time recording, but I hope we'll be able to familiarise ourselves with some really great people who have entertained me over the last few years. Without further ado, I'm going to start my list in alphabetical order, so you can check the description below in case you want to fast forward. Well, hopefully this substantial video will keep you very much attentive. So without further ado, let's get cracking. The first person on my list is AP Football. At time of recording, he has 180 subscribers, and he is Adam. He's also known as that by his name, and he has been rather unfortunate this game cycle, as his attempt to create a new save has been problematic. But last year he did some things in terms that were probably out of his comfort zone, such as a Villarreal save for a few episodes, and he went to China to play as Guangzhou, following in my footsteps perhaps when I was in the Pentagon Challenge. And he certainly is a determined player. He might not have the best equipment or anything like that, but he knows what he's doing. He loves giving the detailed descriptions of his squads and the tactics and so on and so forth. He's also done some live action recordings where he plays football on his local pitch with either his friends, or he shows off some drills that he's learned and he passes them on to us. So I'm looking forward to his return with FC Gütersloh in Germany. You can see the FM17 trailer. I helped him republish that for YouTube because he was having some problems. So he's definitely a guy that might need a bit more support than some of the others, but if you have faith in me, then I hope you can give him a chance and see what he's capable of for Football Manager 2017. And my next person worthy of a shout out is probably the rising star of the community. His name is David, and he is the one and the only GWFM. So last year he started from virtually zero, and with his famous and beloved Stockport County series, he took them all the way up to the Sky Bet Championship and created some hilarious gags along the way with his Snapchat filters and his live broadcasts from the Stockport County Stadium. He is one of the funniest guys you'll ever meet, and he's done a fantastic job in giving other people credit, so he's perhaps part of my inspiration to do this video. He's been absolutely brilliant from the get-go, and this year he's doing a Huddersfield Town save. He'll be starting off in the championship anyway, so I'm really hoping that when I get to catch up on his save properly, that he will make it to the Premier League in relatively orderly fashion, and we'll see where he can get from there. But definitely GWFM is on the way to 1,000 subscribers in probably a year of attempting it. So basically, if you overtake my subscriber count, then you're doing a very good job, and GWFM is absolutely worth your time if you haven't seen him before. So please watch his Huddersfield Town save if you haven't been already. Third on my list is Cappers. He's another comedy-based YouTuber. Last year he was taking charge of Inter Milan, the Black and Blue series, where he took, I think it was, what's his name, Marco Icardi, and he made him particularly famous with some spectacular goals, and he had the musical accompaniment to make the moments even more special. And this year I'm not too sure what he's doing. I know he had to take a sabbatical in the summer like of 2016, but he has published one episode of the Albion Ascent where he takes charge of his local club, Brighton and Hove Albion, and they have Premier League ambitions. They were a little unfortunate last year, I know, in real life, but perhaps this will be the time to get them all the way into the Premier League to play their most hated rivals, Crystal Palace. So I hope he can come back to the YouTube scene. I haven't been in touch with him for a little bit, but he is very much he is a very friendly guy as well. He's always chatty if you need to speak to him, and I hope he sees this video and gets some more publicity, as 500 subscribers is within reach, and I really wish him all the best in the future. And another guy that is pretty much underrated and deserves an extra boost is Cultured Left Foot. He was in charge of Alianza in Peru last year. That was the save that got me interested in his gameplay. And he's gone for another left of field choice, if I can have that pun. He's gone to NK Maribor, and I think they're... are they Slovenian or something? Yeah, they are Slovenian, yeah, it does say there. So he's in charge of the Slovenian club, perhaps the most dominant one in the league, if my basic knowledge of Slovenia pays off. So his ambitions will probably be to get as far in the Europa League as possible. That is another save that I do need to watch when I clear out my YouTube watch list, which has been full for so very long. But he is such a nice guy. He took Chesterfield to the Champions League final and won it in a off-camera save, so he does have the skills to keep you interested, and I hope he can reach 200 subscribers as well. He's been trying and trying and trying, and I think this is the year where he will get somewhat noticed in the community. And as I say, I need to watch his series whenever I can, and it should be a very fascinating one to see where Maribor can go, because they are sort of in between European glory and sort of mediocrity, with so many nations now competitive in the continent. So let's see what he can do and help him to get 200 subscribers as soon as you can. That'll be great. My next choice for the video is GWFM. He might be taking a sabbatical like Cappers has. He is a Norwich City fan, which you can tell by his thumbnail there in the what to watch next. But last year he took charge of Barnet, which is one of the lower reputation League 2 clubs, and he took them to reasonable success. He just couldn't quite manage ultimate glory, but he left me such a fantastic comment on my sabbatical video that I felt he couldn't be left out, no matter how active or inactive he is in his own channel. But I do know for a fact that he loves talking to one of the other members of the community, who will be mentioned later, and he gives his opinions from the Canaries point of view, as opposed to the Ipswich Town perspective. So we'll talk about that more with the you can probably tell who it is already, but if you don't, I'll save it for later, and we'll give GWFM a bit of a boost, as we'll see if he can come back to the community and make 200 subscribers as well. That'll be another fantastic moment for him if we can do that. And as opposed to DJam, we've got GWFM, a Leeds United supporter. He was what was he doing last year? Oh, he was Eastleigh, yeah, Eastleigh, the non-league to legend series, and he got them to the Premier League in about probably 6 seasons or something ridiculous. But I started paying attention from about season 7 onwards, and I haven't quite finished his FM16 save, but this year he's gone to his local club, of course, Leeds United, and he will hopefully get them back into the Premier League, because they've been long suffering in that club without a doubt. I've seen them in their spectacular rise under David O'Leary and their unbelievable fall from the Premier League. It happened so quickly, and unfortunately they've never made it back to the promised land, but at least they're stable in the second tier, and it's very possible that with his ability he can get them returned to the top flight and maybe win a trophy along the way, because Leeds are obviously starved of all that glory that they once had. So GWFM is pretty much pushing towards 400 subscribers, and he certainly will be worthy of it. He loves being in front of the camera. He can make a few jokes as well, but he gives a lot of effort into his saves, and when a fantastic moment happens, he certainly lets you know about it. So GWFM, thank you very much for your time, and I hope you can reach 400 subscribers. Now, one of the more successful guys already, we have GandalfAM. His first name is Brian, of course, and he has 1,500 subscribers, and he'll be pushing towards 2,000, I'm sure. Last year he was in charge of West Ham United and Sheffield FC, the very first football club ever established. But this year, probably influenced by the unlikely but spectacular success of the Chicago Cubs in the Major League Baseball, he's gone for Chicago Fire, perhaps another team that has been really down in the dumps in the MLS, but perhaps they're capable of bringing more success to the city of Chicago. And I played as them in FM16 as a beta test, and it was very good fun. I nearly got them to the top of the league, but I got bored of the save as soon as the full release came out. So I know for sure Gendo is very much able to win trophies, as he does Twitch as well. He's won British and Irish trophies in a live stream, and he certainly got the ability to take Chicago Fire to the upper echelons of the MLS, but might take a bit of time because the major stars like Steven Gerrard, Robbie Keane, Andrea Pirlo and Kaká are all still playing about, so it might take 2 or 3 seasons. I don't know for certain, as it's just a guesswork, but I'd say he will win at least one MLS title, so give him a chance if you haven't already. Next up on my list is Golden Goal FM. He has been rather unlucky in FM17 so far. As you can tell by this image, he's lost his second job in a row with Forest Green Rovers. He also didn't receive a contract with TNS of Wales, so he now has to come up with new ideas. One of them appears to be AC Omonia Nicosia of Cyprus, I think they are. So he'll hope to emerge victorious there. But it was his Luton Town save last year that got my attention, but it got so overcrowded for me. I ended up falling about 70 episodes behind. He's so consistent with daily uploads. He means it, and when he says daily FM content. And he made over 200 episodes of the Luton Town save, and credit to him, he won 2 FA Cups, which certainly trumps my one with Chesterfield, and he certainly deserves a lot of credit for starting from zero as he reset his channel this year, or well, earlier in 2015 I should say, and he's nearly made 300 subscribers, which is catching up to me. Absolutely fantastic, and he's one of the friendliest guys in the community. Rarely makes fuss about all his shoutouts and follow Fridays and everything. He just loves being a friendly person to everybody, and he's played a few multiplayer games, including with me, so I hope to see that return later in the year when the single player content sort of stabilizes. Perhaps in the new year we'll see some more of that. But thank you very much, Matt, you're a legend, and I hope you can reach 200 subscribers very soon. And now here is the man I was mentioning earlier. Home Dressing Room is best buddies with GWFM, and he is also very opinionated. He's having a tough time as an Ipswich Town tractor boy at the minute, and unfortunately I do have good memories of Mick McCarthy as a Republic of Ireland manager, so I can understand his frustration. Mick McCarthy is very much a Marmite kind of manager, and it just doesn't seem to be working out for him in charge of the Championship club. But let's hum in on his content as well as the opinions on Ipswich Town. He also talks about the England national team, certainly another source of anguish for the lad, but he's also playing a quiz show. He did that last year, but he seems to have brought it back. He calls it Take On Me, and I don't know how has he won again. I haven't seen, but definitely get him towards 250 subscribers. But his main event seems to be a Chelsea FC save. He's been keeping regular tabs on that, so it's well worth paying attention to that, as last year he was in charge of Southampton and the MK Dons, so he loves his English pyramid system, and I can't really blame him. It is the most detailed of the lot. So let's see if he can win some trophies with Chelsea, and if he can get to 250 subscribers, that'll be a massive success. And now it's time for Just Mike Plays, who is pushing towards 3,000 subscribers, but again he has had a bit of problems with consistency. He is again probably the guy who was the catalyst to me finding so many more friends in the community via Twitter. He invited me into a group chat where I became familiar with all sorts of new people, since I had a sort of clique of about 4 or 5 guys. But Just Mike, his kindness to expand my knowledge of the community really came in handy, and I thank him very much for that. This year, you can tell 8 hours ago at the time of taking the screenshot, he's reviewing Football Manager Mobile 2017. So he is very much a mobile based gamer, not much on the actual desktop side of things. But I don't know what he's going to do this year once the mobile game gets settled. He needs perhaps a bit of inspiration, but either way, he's reviewed the mobile game. I'll be checking that out later today. But last year he took charge of Vasco da Gama Cape Town, just like me, and we both found a mutual legend in Alcardo Van Gran. He also went to Barnet. He did a 1 minute save idea where he was with Leeds, I think, and he took a lot of editing into his videos, so the video length was purely 59 to 60 seconds, and he's probably he did a save in Portugal for a brief amount of time as well, if I remember, and that, unfortunately, I don't think he had a lot of fun with that one. But Just Mike Plays, even if he doesn't make a lot of content, he's well worth getting in touch with. He's so friendly, and he'll do just about anything to help out someone in need. So this is my opportunity to say thank you very much, Mike, and just like GW, I wish Leeds United the very best of luck in real life this season. Next up is Keepers, the Glaswegian YouTuber who also found a lot of success last season with FM16 and his pilgrimage with the Plymouth Argyle team. He got them to the Europa League final, which is no mean feat, and he made a lot of legends like Thierry Ambrose. He got him on a permanent deal eventually, and he just scored an unbelievable amount of goals with that single player. And this year he's gotten a lot of activity, so if you need your daily fix of gaming, then he is definitely one of my top contenders to fill that void. If I can recite everything, he's got a Borussia Dortmund Football Manager save, he's got a Lupa Roma save, that's probably going to be very interesting. It could be another San Marino challenge in the making. Then in the FIFA department, he's got Celtic in the English pyramid, so that should pretty much be close to his heart. And then I think he's got a career mode for the multiplayer. He must be organising something like that, and he will be keeping very busy with that one. So if you need lots of content, then Keepers is definitely one to pick, and he will be surging towards 3,000 subscribers in no time at all, I'd say. But if you haven't seen him before, it's well worth giving him your chance. And next up is a personal friend of mine. I've known him for quite a bit, and he's purely FIFA, so perhaps he's a bit blessed to have made it into a Football Manager dominated list. But last year, but more importantly this year, he's playing as his favourite League of Ireland team, Dundalk, the champions of Ireland. I hate to say, they've won it thrice in a row, but anyway, he's put them in the English pyramid as well, and he's already made 8 episodes. So with his improved recording quality and audio quality, I think he will surge towards 200 subscribers, and hopefully some more. And as I say, this guy probably is unfamiliar to the vast majority of my FM friends. So if you do like your FIFA and you want to see someone toil about in the lower points of the English system, and he's most likely able to make League One anyway, I'd say you can do that, no problem. But from there on in, it should be very fascinating to see if Dundalk can win the English Premier League title as well, and that will be a long-term idea. I hope he can keep it going, and we'll see if he can make the Premier League on camera this year. So good luck to you, Shamalala lad. And of course, he's a Newcastle United fan as well, so he has had it pretty mixed in real life football. But anyway, let's get him to some more subscribers. And then last on my list, but very much not least, is ex-Footy Gamer 89. He is keeping very busy as well. Last year on Football Manager, he had a lot of bad luck. Like he had a few series either where he got terrible results, the tactics simply weren't working. Sometimes his webcam wasn't working, and he certainly had a bit of trouble falling in love with the Football Manager series last year. But at least this year I think he started off clean. He's got Monaco save, but mainly FIFA is his main love, and he's doing two things with that. He's playing a Manchester United career mode, so he is a Red Devils fan, as you can clearly tell, and he's doing an online Rage to Division 1, if I could say so. He loves to put every drip of passion into his games, and sometimes that results in a bit of a rant and a rant and a rave, but he is well worth a subscription. He has been probably YouTubing for a long time now, but with this new channel I think he is starting to make some inroads, and he will hopefully grow as a YouTuber throughout the year. It's certainly a lot of episodes since probably September when he started these saves, but I wish him the very best of luck, and I hope we can keep in touch once again. And so that completes my shout out portion of the episode. There are two things I want to say before we conclude. The first is some of my honourable mentionable friends that I didn't want to shout out their channels per se, but I think you deserve to know them anyway. So without further ado, I want to say thank you very much to the likes of One True Nerd, Dave As a Party, FM Holland, Egidias, Fatman Dupe, 21 Maxwell, The Anchorman, and then so many other more people that I have forgotten, but I hope if they're watching they will mention themselves. And of course one of my long-term friends in the community, FM Evolution 99, also known as Shane, and then Toxic Lemon as well. I forgot to mention him on my list. So there you go, so many more people that I'm very grateful for in my time in the Football Manager community. As I say, I'm still pretty much in my burnout phase. I don't know what I'm going to do next, but I definitely need the remainder of this year anyway off full-time recording. But this video is very important. I said I'd do it, so this will be the the final product that I hope you enjoy. And then the final thing you can do for me is I want to do some more shout outs of people I don't know or have only just seen their name on my Twitter feed and I haven't watched their stuff. So if you guys want to nominate one person or two people, however many you think is reasonable, and I will consider sitting down, summarizing their content and see how I can give them a little bit of a boost. That will be very, very appreciated. So I know there are loads of people I haven't spoken to before and their content is absolutely brilliant, but I haven't spotted it. That will be very appreciated. I need to see what other people are getting up to, as I know I've been around for so long. A lot of people I've been familiar with have either quit or they've been coming back and forth, so I'm probably a little bit under the radar in that department. So thank you very much for watching. I knew this would be a bit of a slog, but I'm sure everybody in this shout out series deserves your time, and if you already know who they are, then that's brilliant. I know a little bit, I have a little bit of knowledge, but do give everybody that you might know a chance, maybe just one or two if you're time constrained, and see what you think. But anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I'll speak to you again later. Goodbye now.